Welcome back. Today, I'm taking you through the kitchen, just some small ways I've been organizing things lately. I've noticed something about my kitchen. It wasn't messy, but every time I tried to cook or clean, I'd run into little annoyances lids without containers bags that wouldn't close, spices shoved behind things I never use. None of it felt like a big deal. But together, it was just exhausting. That's the part people forget. Kitchen organization isn't about being neat. It's about not wasting your time and energy on the same tiny problems every single day. So today, I'll show you how I've been reworking my kitchen using only what I already had. No shopping, no fancy systems, just a few small shifts that made everything feel easier to manage. Make your cupboards easier to live with. Every time I opened a cupboard, I had to shift things around just to reach what I needed. It wasn't messy, just inefficient. So I stopped organizing for looks and started organizing for ease. I reused 2 old juice bottles to store rice and oats. They pour easily, and I don't need scoops. A leftover cookie jar holds dried herbs where I can grab them fast. I use a square ice cream tub for flour because it stacks better than bags. A takeout soup container keeps coffee dry and sealed. Nothing matches, but everything works. A small chocolate box holds garlic. Clear trays from grocery packaging stop bottles from sliding around in the fridge. I folded scrap paper into a snack box for tea bags. No need to buy more storage, just to keep things neat. Now, when I buy food, I look at the container. Can I reuse this? Will it make daily tasks smoother? If yes, I keep it. If not, I recycle it. That small habit alone has made my kitchen feel lighter and easier to manage. Clear the counter, not just for looks, but for function. Counters are where things get stuck. The tea bag you meant to toss, the bottle you'll put away later, the charger you forgot you left. It happens fast, and before you know it, the space you need to cook or prep is taken up by things that don't belong there. What helped me was creating a no-excuse rule, one clear spot that always stays empty. For me, it's the left side of the counter near the stove. That one space stays clear, even if everything else is a work in progress. It gives me room to chop, prep, or just breathe. I also tucked a small tray near the kettle. That's the drop zone for keys, mail, or random bits. Once a day I sort it, or put things back where they belong. Nothing aesthetic. Just a small system that keeps things from snowballing. Keeping even part of your counter clear gives your kitchen breathing room and gives you fewer reasons to feel behind before you've even started dinner. Give overflow a home, but keep it contained. There's always a few things that don't have a set place. Backups, half-used items, or new groceries you haven't sorted yet. If they're left out, they become clutter. But if you put them in the wrong spot, you'll forget about them. What helped was having one small bin, nothing fancy, just a shallow box in the cupboard where all in-between items go. The extra sponge, the second bag of rice, the open roll of bin liners. Once a week, I check it and put things where they belong. It keeps the rest of the kitchen from getting overwhelmed by stuff that's just passing through. And I'm not constantly wondering, where should I put this for now? Only keep what helps, even in the smallest drawer. Drawers are tricky because they hide the clutter just well enough that we ignore it until we can't close them properly or can't find what we're looking for. My cutlery tray came with the kitchen, so I didn't choose the layout. But I made it work by keeping only the tools I actually reach for. I keep one funnel for pouring things like rice or oil into smaller jars. Anything more just sits there unused. I had a matcha whisk I kept for years because it was nice, but I never used it. I let it go. A zester I forgot I had is now back in rotation because I actually use it when cooking. For temporary bits and pieces like rubber bands or veggie clips, I reuse old zip bags instead of buying containers. They fit into corners and don't take up space. I also keep one pair of small pliers in the drawer. Not aesthetic, but helpful. They've saved me more than once with stuck lids and broken packaging. It's not about having less for the sake of it. It's about keeping only what makes daily kitchen tasks easier. The drawer closes smoother. I find what I need faster, and I'm not annoyed every time I open it. Don't let hidden spaces become dumping grounds. It's easy to forget what's under the sink until it starts overflowing with things you didn't even know you kept. For me, this space had turned into a mix of half-used cleaners, mystery cloths, and random odds and ends. It wasn't messy on the surface, but it was a mess underneath. Now I treat it like any other part of the kitchen, only keep what I actually use. One old net bag holds all the laundry nets. A small container sorts out bin liners by type: compost, general recycling. I reused a few old plastic boxes to group cleaning items so they don't tip over every time I reach in. I keep just one all-purpose cleaner in a spray bottle and refill it as needed. Another bottle is for fabrics and carpets, that's it. No backup stash, no duplicates. I use old towels and socks as cleaning cloths, but only the amount that fits in one shallow basket. Even things like coconut oil, I stopped eating. I kept it because it works great for wood and hinges. But if something doesn't have a clear purpose anymore, I let it go. This space is small, and it has to work hard. Since simplifying it, I've noticed I clean more often, not because I suddenly love cleaning, but because it's actually easier to grab what I need and start. That's pretty much how I've been organizing my kitchen lately. Nothing complicated, just simple ways to make things easier to reach, store, and clean. And honestly, even a few small changes made my daily routine feel lighter. When things have a place, and when that place actually works, the whole space feels calmer. Less digging, less deciding, less stress. If this video gave you an idea or two to try at home, feel free to like or subscribe. It helps me keep sharing practical content that fits real life.